Hi, this is Tim from datinginfoforsingles.com, a website that covers everything you need to know for dating success. And today I'd like to discuss the topic, how to tell if a woman is open to your advances. Do you think that getting a gal to like you to make that magical connection with you is just some sort of luck? While it is to a degree, did you know that you can actually turn this to your advantage? First of all, it's important to face the fact that you will not be able to seduce every woman you meet. After all, some women are already in love, while others are simply not ready for a relationship. Also, a woman's mood is an important factor to take into consideration. Now, although a man may be driven by his testosterone, a woman is governed by something known as periods. Now, this is just how they were made. After all, nature deemed it important that they be able to give birth and be nurturing towards a child. The problem for men is that these periods are unpredictable. Now, you may have had the experience of hitting it off with a girl, finding her to be smiling, happy, and receptive, but the next day she's unfriendly and rejects you. What's going on? Well, a girl decides whether she is open to a guy's advances within literally the first few seconds of meeting him. Now, that period decides whether or not she will be receptive. It's perplexing to men, but common. Now, there's both good and bad news in this. Now, the bad news is, as noted, that you will never be able to seduce every girl. The good news is that, since women are controlled by these mysterious periods, one day she might be very receptive, and the next day she might well be open towards you. So, if you meet a girl and you decide that she is in a closed state, then this doesn't mean that you mustn't waste any more time on her, just not that day. A few days later, you might find that she's very open. Now, whether you hit it off with a woman is determined by two things, her current state and your own attitude. And if she should be open, you certainly don't want to mess things up. This requires the right mindset. So, how exactly to determine her state? Well, you can tell within the first few seconds if you know what to look for. You want to get a feel for how she looks at you, her manner, how she behaves, and so on. It's not always easy to tell, but with a little experience you can acquire the knack. Now, here's a secret. You can learn to recognize whether or not she's receptive merely by glancing into her eyes. This can save you from wasting much time or energy on girls who are not going to be receptive anyway. Now, you should become an observer of how other men interact with women. This allows you to put a little distance between yourself and the situation. You know, it's hard to be objective about your own interactions. If you become a student of women, however, and how they respond to other men, you'll learn to recognize a woman's various states. Also, don't worry about your looks as long as you take reasonable efforts at grooming and appearance. The important thing is in acquiring the right attitude and learning to recognize a woman's various moods. The important thing is to tell when women are receptive, because in this way you'll know which doors to knock on, and you can avoid appearing desperate. And if a woman isn't receptive, you'll know in the first few seconds. Even if only 20% of the women you approach are open, you'll still get plenty of women using this method. Now, if you want more information on this and everything else related to success with the opposite sex, visit our blog at datinginfoforsingles.com/blog. And while you're there, be sure to fill in your name and email address to get a complete library of 7 free ebooks on dating and seduction secrets. See you there.